Hey, hey, leaders. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday from Applebee's to you. Y'all, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Okay, I'm going to talk to you guys today about just realistic expectations, like your leaders' expectations, your expectations. I am going to give you a fair warning. Your girl is all the way up today. Hey, Amanda. So that's a fair warning that I'm like all the way up. But it's going to be good, okay? It's going to be good. I want you guys to just hear me, okay? Know that most likely I'm not talking straight at you, right? I don't know your numbers, especially if you're not in my group. I don't know your numbers. I don't know any of that stuff, okay? So I'm just here to talk to you. I'm not here to make you feel bad. I'm just here to talk to you because we all have to have realistic expectations, okay? It is going to help you in your business. It is going to help you with your team. It's going to help you with your leadership. It's going to help you as a person, okay? Realistic expectations. So, if you do not know me, my name is Anya Faust, and I'm the Superstar Director for the Wildflower Warrior Group. And I'm here to do Tip Thursday. I do Tip Thursday all the time. Hi, Ashley. So, realistic expectations, okay? First, when you're thinking about expectations, you've got to think about your own. What are your expectations for your business, for yourself? You have expectations in your life. I've got expectations for my kids, right? My boys know one of my kids did not fulfill expectations today. He didn't meet the expectation. When my boys wake up, they know that they need to go. They need to let the dogs out. They need to go brush their teeth, okay? Get dressed in something. I don't care because we homeschool. I don't care what you wear. Then you need to let the dogs in, feed the dogs. Then you start your chores, okay? That's our morning expectation. After we eat and do chores, then it's time for school. One of my kids was up this morning and he was watching freaking Nickelodeon. Not the expectation, okay? There's consequences when you don't meet mom's expectations, right? It's the same thing. You have expectations for your life, all of these things. So for me, I know what this business can do. I take it seriously, okay? I know that a 1K check can do freaking wonders for people. And it's amazing when you get those messages and they're so excited about what they've just achieved, okay? You know how many people can say that? Oh, yeah, I have an extra 1K coming in. Like, okay, that's amazing, right? So that's why I hold myself to a certain expectation, okay? You've got to be holding yourself to a certain expectation. You've got to be holding yourself accountable. If you literally, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything. It's the same type of thing, okay? If you played sports in high school, if you played sports throughout your life, in college, right? It was not easy. You had expectations. Your coach had expectations. You had expectations for yourself. You had expectations for your team and what you wanted them to achieve. It is the same thing. Your coach could not do the darn work for you, right? But they did expect you to show up. They did expect you to put in the work, right? And they expected you to perform in the game or whatever you were doing, okay? Those are expectations. Expectations. They're important. You guys, as a leader, you've got to make your expectations known to your team. You've got to. Okay? You really do. And you need to do it from the get-go. You need to do it now. All right? And if they change later, they change later. That's fine. Let them know. But you've got to have expectations and you've got to make those known to your team. Okay? That is going to help you so much because if you make those expectations known, people are going to be like, dang, she takes this seriously. I only want this as a hobby. I'm not wasting her time. Hello? Like, not trying to be funny, trim the fat, right? We've got things to focus on. We've got dreams to accomplish. We've got people to help, okay? And it's only going to get more as you go up and as you continue on in your leadership. So it's important to really establish those expectations, okay? So you make your expectations known to your leader, okay? What are you trying to get out of this business? What are those goals? What do those look like, all right? If you have someone or even you as a leader, right? You say, well, I really just want this as a hobby. Okay, you really don't want more than I have right now. I think I'm good. I don't know that I can handle anymore. All right, well then stop taking things personally. Right? Most likely, whoever's pouring into you, whoever's talking to you, they're talking really to the people who really want big things or want the next step, okay? So stop being, oh, you hurt my feelings. You were talking about me. No, nobody's talking about you. Like, why do you feel that way? If you feel that way, you might feel guilty. There might be something you need to look into and hold yourself accountable for, okay? But other than that, most likely they're just trying to help you get to the next step if that's what you're wanting, okay? So we have to realize that, okay? And we have to realize that when we do not want anything else, when we do just want a hobby, when we don't want to exceed and push past our goals or push our limits, Stop expecting your leader to reach out to you all the time. Please. Realize how exhausting that is. Okay? And I am one person. I do not want people to think she really just sees me as a number. I don't at all. Your leader does not, especially if you're in this group. I know your directors and above, they do not see you as just a number. Absolutely not. That's something we really harp on. But at the same time, there's a lot of you and one of them, okay? So if you're not wanting anything else, but you're expecting your leader to constantly pour into you, does that even make sense? Like, how selfish? Honestly, how selfish is that, okay? There's other people who really want big things. So let's not expect that from our leader, and let's expect that our leader is going to pour into those who want to be poured into, who want to get to the next level, okay? That doesn't mean they're not going to say, good job, I'm so proud of you, you've worked so hard. That doesn't mean that's not going to happen. That just means stop expecting all their time to come on you. Stop getting butthurt when they're like, nope, I'm not coaching that person this month. It's nothing against you, okay? But their expectations are known if they see this as a business. It's a business. It's not to hurt your feelings, it's a business, okay? So we have to really, really be thinking about these things. You need to know that if you are sitting here and you're like, oh, it's just a hobby, I don't want anything more, and you know the expectations of your leader, that they want it as a business, that they want to quit their 9 to 5, that they have quit their 9 to 5 because of this, that this is changing their family's life, right? You have to know it's not the same for them as it is for you. And that has to be okay with you. That has to be okay. And vice versa. It's got to be okay, all right? You need to understand that if your leader, okay, it's like literally mentally exhausting, to be really honest, when these things happen. If your leader has 10 people to work with and you don't want anything else in this business, why are you expecting them to work with you? Like, that makes no sense. Why? Because at that point, you're literally being a drain. You don't want anything out, right? Like, yes, thank you, Ashley. And leaders are okay with that. You've got to be honest. I would much rather you be honest with me than waste my time. Just completely honest, I really would. So like, you need to know that if you're just going to be a drain, no one needs to pour into you unless you're going to be pouring back out, okay? So remember those things, you guys. And remember too, that if you want it the same and you want a business out of this, then your leader is going to push you. So be realistic, right? Same thing. Be realistic in those expectations. Your leader is going to push you. Okay. They're going to help you. Hey, Sylvia, they're going to give you tasks. They're going to challenge you to get to the next level. When you're sitting here and you're like, I really want to train on this. Let's just, for example, I really want to train on PRV, but you're not active. A good leader is going to be like, nah, girl, you don't need to be trained on PRV. You need to go get some PRV. Like, that's what you need to do. Don't go train on it. Go get some and then go train on it. Even if it's hard, go use that fuel, right? And then you can tell people, hey, this was hard. This is what I did to make sure that I was hitting my stuff before I even came to pour into you. Okay? Let's all make sure that we're just really on the same page with realistic expectations, okay? If you have a good leader, they're going to help you. They're going to be honest with you, and you're not always going to want to hear it. And so many, just because I know and because that was me, so many directors and above do not want to have the hard conversations. It is uncomfortable. It is not fun, okay? But if you're a good leader, you're going to. You're going to have those hard conversations because sometimes people are so blinded by one thing that they don't see outside, right? And as you're a leader, you've dealt with more experiences. You've dealt with more things. You're like, oh, I've already done that and I made this mistake. Let me help you and tell you that's not the way to go, okay? So just keep that in mind as you are talking to your leaders and expecting certain things from them, and as a leader, as you're expecting certain things from your team, okay? Be gracious of your time and theirs. Hey, Emily, whether you're the leader, whether you're expecting something from your leader, be gracious of time. Be realistic, okay? Be realistic. Again, I said this before, stop putting things on people that they don't even want. You're wasting your time, okay? Stop doing that. Trust me, been there, okay? Stop doing that. All right? If you are someone who says, man, I really want to quit my job, but you only have between 200 PRV and 500 PRV, you never show up to meetings, you never watch a training, you never show up on your director's page, then your actions are not lining up with your words. We need to be people of our word, okay? Stop expecting people to pour into you when you're not being honest with yourself. So lots of self-reflection, you guys, and it's not fun. Self-reflection sucks. It really does. But Seeing where you can fix certain things and be like, you know what, I really sucked there, I need to fix this, is such a blessing. It's such a blessing because then you can change that thing. Then you can grow and be better, right? But you got to start with that self-reflection, okay? Just like if you are saying, oh, I really want big things. I want to be a director next year, but you haven't been paid a title as a lead for the past 6 months. Girl, let's just get paid a title, okay? Let's, small goals. Consistency will get us everywhere. Let's just focus on lead. Okay, let's focus on that first. It's great that that's in the far part of your mind, but we need to focus here, okay? So stop being upset when your leader says things like that. Y'all, come on now. Like, somebody give me an amen in the comments, because like, for real. Please stop being upset, okay? Because they're trying to keep you focused on what needs to be done now, all right? That will come if we do what needs to be done now, getting paid a title as lead. And then bumping it up, getting paid at title as a star. But if you've not been paid at title for 6 months, you can't sit here and be like, I want director. You may want director, but can we work on lead? Please. Then we'll keep it going. But we got to start where we're at, okay? Got to start mastering where we're at to get to the next level. Remember the whole easy +1 thing I talked about before? That's where that comes in, okay? So we've got to stop being upset, right? That your director and above expects more when you're the one saying, I want big things. I want big things, but being active, that's where it's at. Girl, you don't want big things. Can we just be real? Like, that is a great place to start. That is a great place to start. But if you're a leader, you already know where you should be starting at that 500, okay? And you really want big things, or we're going to up it. We're going to change it. You got to work for it. You got to do something, okay? We can't just sit here and be like, I want big things, but we're not doing nothing. That's not going to get us anywhere, okay? So you said you want more. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. I told Whitney this morning, I don't know that I've ever worked so hard in a month as I am working right now, and I'm still not seeing the results I would like to see, okay? But like, am I going to make excuses? Or am I going to sit here and be like, you know what? I really need to go get some stuff done. Right? We've got to put in those IPAs, those income producing activities. They have to be the thing. Stop making excuses and find a way. Stop expecting to be catered to and find a way, right? We've got to work in the small times. When your kid goes to practice, okay? Send a voice message to your teamies as you're driving. What I like to do, look, I'll show y'all. Last night, my husband plays video games and I hate them, okay? But last night he was playing video games and I was watching TV and I'm like, you know what I could be doing right now instead of just sitting here? I could be making a message or a thing about who to reach out to tomorrow, who to reach out to, what to talk to them about. That's one less thing I have to do today. So now I'm almost cleared to leave the house, y'all. Get excited. Now, if I was to go somewhere, I could literally sit there and just at a stoplight type their name in and voice message them. You have to find time in the little spaces, okay? Because we're all freaking busy. Let's just be real. Like, we're all busy, okay? When someone else is driving, send some messages. Talk to people, whether they're on your team or it's for parties or it's customers, all right? We've got to be doing all of these things. Did you know, surprise, you can watch weekly trainings without your leader pouring into you? Oh, you can. Surprise. Yes, you can do it. I know you can, okay? Set aside to watch some trainings and pour into yourself. If you're one of those people who are like, I really want big things, but like I'm not paid a title as a lead, set aside some time to go listen to a training. I'm gonna be real honest, this morning, I was in here, not in here, but I was downstairs and my kids were reading and I had an AirPod in. I had an AirPod in and I was literally there because I don't need to hear what they're reading. I just need them to practice reading out loud. I already know they know how to read, right? But I'm listening to Mindy in my ear, right, while my kids are reading out loud. Okay, listen while in the car line. I'm listening to this while making samples. Yes, find time. You've got to find time for things that you want, okay? And that's why, like I put in a comment the other day, sometimes your leaders are really looking at you when you're giving some excuses like, okay, next. Like, and it's not to be mean, it's not to be hurtful, but we're all busy. Respect everybody's time, okay? So, here's the thing. We got to stop sitting here in self-pity. We've got to stop sitting here and thinking that it's all on your director, that you're not successful. You need to own your own ish. Period. There are so many people who are successful who never had directors pouring into them, who never had a leadership page like this, who never had leaders coming live to give them a tip day, right? Like, there are so many, you guys. And not only that, there are so many YouTube videos for people to pour into you who aren't your leader. So Like, wake up. Stop putting it all on your directors. Do they have certain things they need to be done to hold themselves in compliance by Scentsy standards? Yes, they do. They absolutely do. But if you have a shitty leader, stop using that as an excuse to be shitty. Like, stop. Because you can. You can do it. You 100% can do it without them. And you should. Why are you going to let this one person ruin your future? I ain't letting nobody crappy ruin my future. I'll tell you that right now. Nope, it's in my hands. We're going to get to work. We're going to find a way. And that's the mentality you have to have if you want big things. Don't let people stand in your way. Because even as you're going up, you're going to have people who don't like the way you lead. They don't like what you're saying. They don't like you as a person. I'll be real honest. We have special SSD meetings once a week, and I messaged a girl to ask her some questions, and she just wouldn't answer me. Okay, that's rude, but that's fine, because we're going to ask somebody else. We're going to ask somebody else. We're going to find a way. I'm going to go look at a YouTube video. I'm going to go figure it out. Like, but people are always going to be there to be like, I don't have time. I don't like her. I don't want to deal with that. Stop letting people stand in your way to get to where you want to be. Okay? We're not doing these things in 2022, y'all. Like, let's go. Okay? I told you I was all the way up today. All the way up today. So, y'all find a training where you're not strong. Okay? Work in that area. Take accountability of your own actions, of what you're doing, okay? And change what needs to be changed. Period. Change what needs to be changed. But stop blaming crappy leaders for you or using it as an excuse. Well, you know, my leader is just not great, so I'm not going to be great. I don't feel like it. I can't. My leader didn't do what they were supposed to do. Okay, I might not be your leader, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm training. I'm showing up. You know I show up, right? Stop. Look at the people who are doing things, big things, who are pouring into you, okay? Look at those people. Forget about that crappy leader. Look at those people, all right? Next, we have to think when we're doing these things, okay? When we're doing these trainings, because we're not expecting to be spoon-fed anymore. We're doing these trainings. We're implementing them into our business. How? How can I implement this into my business? It should not take your SSD or your director or your star director to say, how can you implement this in your business? It shouldn't take that, you guys. Watch something. Don't change everything all at once or it'll fail. Watch something and say, how can I implement this into my business where I'm struggling to be better? I'll be real honest. I was looking at something the other day and I was like, you know what I've really realized? And maybe this is why I feel the way I do this month. My relationships with my customers has not been as strong as it should be. That's gonna create issues. It's a relationship business. So now what am I going to go to do to change that? What am I going to implement in my business to change that? I sat there this morning and I set an alarm for 10 minutes, okay? And I literally had the alarm labeled, talk to your customers. Talk to your customers. Reach out to 6 a day. I don't have to really talk to them. I could go like something on their Facebook and comment on it. I could go comment on something in their stories, right? I could be in their inbox messaging them. Talk to your customers. Like, it's not difficult. We just have to figure out where we're lacking and how to make that better. Okay, we've got to do that by ourselves. All right. So I want you guys to really, really think about that. Okay. Yes, Sylvia, agreed. I think that's it. It's the holidays. I front loaded so hard in December and then we moved and we had family here and I didn't really do follow-ups like I should have in December. I figured nobody wanted to hear from me. I'm busy. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. But now what's happening? Right? We've got to be consistent. That's where consistency comes in. Consistency is everything. It's proof right there, okay? Another thing, y'all, we've got to stop just talking and fussing and work. Just like Katie Lassiter said, y'all, sometimes y'all be in the inbox or texting people and just ranting all the things about your feelings. And while your feelings are valid, they're very, 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 very valid, okay? What we could be ranting about, we could probably condense just a little bit, and then we could cut that time in half and go book some parties. We could cut that time in half and go have some joint conversations. We could cut that time in half and go reach out to our own teamies because, again, relationships, right? So we really have to be looking at that because when you're in someone's inboxes fussing about not having time, but you're using your time to fuss, okay, we could be doing something else that's productive with that time, all right? Just like you being someone's inboxes being like, my director doesn't see me and I'm working so hard. My director hurt my feelings. My director, why aren't they treating me like I'm the queen bee? Are you? Are you the queen bee? Like, Are you the queen bee? Okay? Like, I mean, let's be real. Why are they not treating you like you're the queen bee? Accountability, y'all. We have to look at ourselves. It's not fun, but we got to do it. Got to do it, okay? So instead of doing that, we could be using that time to work. Period. Right? It's a business. It's a business, okay? Man, I'm really frustrated. I actually messaged Whitney last week, the week before, and I was like, dang, I just got a message. That really hurt my feelings. Oh, like, my feelings are really hurt, Whitney. Like, dang. And Whitney's like, okay, move on. Like, why are you letting this person hold any weight and value? Move on. They don't like how you're leading. Okay, well, guess what? For that one person who doesn't like how I'm leading, there's 300 others that are doing just fine. All right? So while that person's feelings are probably valid, that's great. My feelings are valid too. And that person should probably just go book some parties, right? Go have some joint conversations, go show up on their director's page instead of complaining or being upset or telling me how crappy I am. We could use our time for better things, okay? Keep that in mind as you're complaining, all right? Or as you're thinking about bad things, or you're thinking about how much this sucks. Like, let's change that negative energy into positive energy. What can we do to make the situation better? How can we own our own ish in a situation and make it better, okay? Let's be proactive people, okay? And I say all this because you can reach the top if that's what you want to do. You can do hard things. You can push yourself. You can hold yourselves accountable, okay? You can be respectful of your time and your leader's time, right? You can do all of these things. We are all busy. We are all working our butts off. If you're on this training, I'm betting you probably want big things. We're all working our asses off, okay? Especially this month, okay? We all working real hard, all right? We have to prioritize what is going on, okay, with what we want to do in our business, and we've got to stop making excuses. Remember, when your need to succeed overcomes your excuses, and when your excuses, right, when you're over all those excuses, and you start finally putting in the work, you are going to see the results you want to see, period. You're going to see. Also, this is just a side note because I see this comment. If you, like, it is possible to fire customers, so just love them, treat them with respect, but just so you're aware, you don't have to subject yourself, right, to someone treating you like crap. So there's just that side note. But we have to make sure, you guys, that we're putting in the work to actually see results, right? When we're getting out of our comfort zone, instead of staying safe, everything is going to change when we realize that not just our feelings need to be respected, right? But our leaders need to be respected too. Their time, their feelings, their effort. When you realize it's a two-way street for respect, your business is going to flourish. Same with your teamies. You've got to realize they deserve respect too. Whitney just said boundaries all around. Absolutely. Customers, teamies, leadership, yourself, okay? Your life in general, boundaries all around. Period. And that's how we're going to have realistic expectations. All right. So y'all go and you have your realistic expectations. Make them known to your team. Make them known to your leader, okay? And let's do big things in 2022. All right. Y'all have a good day.